Resident Evil.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Haven't found it yet?
No, not yet, Brad. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Bravo Team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo Team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare.
This way. Damn it! Make for that mansion!
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Jill, and myself. We don't know where Barry is.
Is everyone all right?
Barry. Where's Barry?
He's...
No. What was that?
I'll go and check it out.
All right. Jill and I will stay and secure this area.
Chris? Take care.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to my gaming channel. My name is Rina the Wolf and welcome to Chris's scenario of the Resident Evil Remake. So without any further ado, let's go and meet our first zombie.
Wesker? Jill? Where did they go?
Right, so we got Jill's weapon. Because for some reason Chris didn't have his own on a mission like this. But who am I to judge? So right away, just like with Jill, we are going to visit a section that was not in the original game. So we need to take care of this guy. And then we can take the arrow. A magazine just in case. And this guy is still kicking it, so... Sorry about that, bro. By the way, if you hear any background noise, it's my neighbors. They are raising fucking animals. It's been going on all day long. It's getting late at night. Actually in the evening. But I'm very pissed. So we are going to use this arrow, or actually only the arrow head. So we get the sword key and we can make some progress. So here we go, we get the key. And the Book of Curses actually has a paragraph about the 4 masks we will need to get. So just like in the original, the goal with Chris in the mansion is that we would get the shotgun as soon as possible. But yet again, unfortunately, we cannot get it as fast as we can with Jill. So the only reason why we came in here is that dagger over there. We have to be very careful with this one, because we are going to come this way later as well. But right now we are going to go, actually not to the basement, but to the kitchen only. Yes, this is what we came for. So unlike Jill, yet again, Chris does not have a lockpick. So he has to get the keys. And of course we got a dagger as well. But just like in the OG, yeah, that's supposed to be a super zombie. We don't have to deal with it. Taking the magazine as well, just in case. And we're good to go. By the way, the zombies in the remake are much more advanced than in the original game, so they can climb stairs, they can open doors. Basically, they are a pain in the ass. And we have not even talked about the Crimson Heads. But to be completely honest, I pretty much like the defensive items. I think they are very useful. So in Chris's scenario, Wesker is supposed to help him somewhat, because at this point we don't know that Rebecca is here. And sure, Wesker does leave him some ammo and healing items, but he actually will not save him in the room, the first trap room where we get the shotgun. So he is going to need the broken shotgun, which is right here in this room. And while Jill has a stun gun as the other defensive weapon, Chris has flash grenades. So we're going back from where we came from. Oops. And I kind of decided to sacrifice this dagger because we still don't have a shotgun, and it's much harder to decapitate a zombie in the remake, even with a shotgun. So this is definitely going to be a joyride, huh? However, I decided to push the statue now. I don't know why I wanted to risk everything, but I did. So before we get the shotgun, we are going to visit two other rooms, or one room and one outside area. But to visit the outside area, we are going to need a key, which is in here. We have to do this fast because unlike in Jill's scenario, for some reason, Chris does not finish off the zombie. And we got the chemical. So soon enough we can get rid of the fountain plant tentacles. Yeah, let's not go into that direction. Let's go and get the shotgun. So in this room we have another dagger. And I just realized I started messing up. This gameplay has started falling apart right at the start. I plainly miscalculated things and it's going to take its toll on me a little bit later. And here's the reason. So this door can break. Or at least the knob can break if we use it more than the devs intended us. So I decided to drop off the handgun and the magazine at this point. But I still wanted to take this key because I knew that we would actually come here a little bit later. So the message is there, and I know that in Jill's scenario the knob gets repaired, most probably by Barry. But to be completely honest, I don't know if it would get repaired in Chris's scenario. But anyway, let's go get the shotgun. You will see some massive flip-ups in this gameplay. So now that we have inventory space, we can get the shotgun. And we can place the broken one so the trap doesn't get activated. And even though it should be a little bit safer with the shotgun in our inventory, decapitating zombies is way harder than in the original game. So I was trying to lure this zombie first, and then I was like, oh hell no. And from this moment on, we can start praying that this guy would not turn into a crimson head. Great job, Past Rina. Anyway, let's go check the other room. Chris already has a lighter, so we only need to pick up the whistle shining over there. And actually we are going to go and use it right away. Okay, so since we could lose the key, we have an additional inventory space. Of course, only temporarily. What are you doing, past Rina? So we are going to go to another place. Actually, it's an outside area that was added to this game, to the remake. I was partially expecting this to happen. But we got what we came for. So if we press the switch, ta-da! But it's actually not a coin. Upon further investigation, ta-da-da-da, imitation of a key, and we are actually going to use it right away. One more inventory space because we would not need the whistle anymore. So actually we are going to go back to the area where we picked up the arrow. But before that, I decided to pick up the shotgun shells because I was afraid that I would just mess things up. So there I have it. And I think this was the point where I started thinking what I was supposed to do. Because I had some plans. I planned the route, things like that, but sometimes I still lost my way, or I forgot what I was supposed to do, or well, my inventory management skills are technically non-existent, so there were some hiccups. Partially this is the reason why this section of the game took so long. Yep, that's a Crimson Head, but we are going to ignore him for now. By the way, this puzzle, if you can even call it that, is pretty much nothing. So you just take the key, activate the trap, then just use the imitation of the key, and that's pretty much it. Now you have the armor key. And I think this was the point when I decided to go and see Richard.
You.
Chris Redfield, Alpha Team. We're here to rescue you. Richard, what the hell happened to you? Chris, this place... Get your team out of here. Demons everywhere.
Don't talk. He seems to have been bitten by a poisonous snake, but the size of the bite mark is huge.
It's not just any ordinary snake. Take my word for it.
He needs serum. I left it in another room.
I'll go get it.
Please hurry.
Hold on. I'll be back.
So we actually have to hurry, because I'm not sure, but we have to make it back with the serum under either 4 or 5 minutes. If we're 1 second late, Richard is dead. So I already messed up because I forgot that at this point of the game, this guy is on the side which I wanted to take. So originally, just like in the original game, I wanted to visit a bunch of other rooms before I got back to Richard. But I ran out of time. But luckily I wasn't a complete dumbass. I was expecting that to happen. And I actually saved once I got the serum just to keep things safe. You will actually see why I decided not to drop off the ink ribbon. And the knife for that instance. I have no idea why I still had that. I had a very lucky decap here.
Hope this is what you wanted.
Thank you. I'm gonna give you a shot now, Richard. Hang in there.
Here. Take it. It's a radio. Take care of yourself, Rebecca. Richard!
He's okay. He's just unconscious.
Rebecca, it's not safe here. Let's get Richard to a safer place.
Right. Richard's doing well, Chris. He should recover soon.
Good. Richard needs you now.
As soon as Richard gets better, we'll come after you.
Rebecca, you okay with a gun?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to continue my investigation.
Be careful. Okay?
So this is why I didn't drop things up, just to save time. And this cutscene.
This room is equipped with all sorts of medical supplies. I could pretty much treat any wound. Want me to treat your wounds?
No, I'm okay. But if something should happen to me, I'm counting on you.
No problem. But we're very short on medical supplies, so take care of yourself.
So Richard and Rebecca are going to stay here for a good while, and a little bit later we can watch another cutscene. That was clearly miscalculation, and then I got pissed and did not want to deal with that zombie. So now we are going to visit the rooms that I originally wanted to when we were heading back to Richard with the syrup. So this is pretty much the same as in the original. We need to add the chemical, but in the remake we also have to pump the water to get rid of the tentacles. And this is how we get our first mask. The reason why I'm not keeping the Itchy Tasty room in Chris's scenario is that There is a small key. Old key. Here. So I had to stun that guy, and even though this one almost got me, I managed to escape. This guy is going to stay here, but luckily enough he's pretty slow. Heading here had two reasons actually. One was to use the key, and the other one is that there is a dagger on that bench. So now we head back to where we found Richard. And we're going to get one part of the musical score. So that zombie can be dodged easily. And we are about to face the one I tend to forget about. But it was a nice recap. I had my doubts that it would happen actually. It's not that easy in the remake, so all fingers were crossed. So as I mentioned, Chris already has the lighter. And I decided to take the shotgun shells. Even though I really needed the inventory space, I was sure it would take 1 or 2 shots to get rid of this guy. So that was just enough to reload my shotgun and get the musical score as well. And here I took a little time for thinking, strategizing, whatever you wanna call it. I almost left a flash grenade behind. But luckily, I realized it in time, so... This guy is also a little bit slow and very easy to dodge. So now we can go to the bar, get the other part of the musical score. I was thinking a little bit again whether I should take the emblem, but then I was like, hey, you have no inventory management skills, but you will need the inventory space. And at this point I was wondering when that guy would turn into a Crimson Head, because at this point I was really not in the position to fight a Crimson Head.
It's me, Chris.
Rebecca.
That sounded like Moonlight Sonata.
Not at all.
Can you play? Oh, what was that?
My interpretation is off a little. Let me practice for a while.
Sure. But don't get too carried away.
Oh, I won't.
The judgment in Rebecca's eyes like, ah, did you just try to roast me, Chris? Fuck you. Anyway, at this point we don't have a choice. We have to let Rebecca practice. So we will need to get back to the dining room, get the emblem, and we will need to go back to the main hall in order to let Rebecca finish her practice session.
Chris! Chris! I think I got it!
Practice makes perfect.
What's this?
And now we can get the emblem to get the room to Jan's room. So now we can insert the golden emblem. This will open the little compartment on the clock. And the hint is actually on the painting. We will need to turn the large gear to the left twice. And now we can go to Jan's room. To be completely honest, if you were looking for a fight, you are going to be disappointed. We can skip the Jan fight with Chris, or at least the first Jan fight. I have no idea why I was hesitating here. Most probably I was trying to think ahead a little bit. So either that or I was getting ready for skipping the fight. So we will need to get to the mask from the left and then run by the columns on the right. And we have the mask. We are not injured. We are not poisoned. We are good to go. So we are getting another mask here, which is actually going to be in a jewelry box. You have the hint for this puzzle right above the locked up jewelry box. There you have it. And to unlock the jewelry box, you will need to press the switches that symbolize hearts or half hearts. And there you have it. That's the third mask. Only one more to go. And to be completely honest, this was the part where everything started not to fall apart anymore. Crumble. Massively. Because I still had a lot to do. But as I already mentioned, I screw up a little bit and the doorknob downstairs was about to break. So I had to be, or at least I had to try to be smart about it. So in this room we have one more old key, which we are going to need. And I realized I had no inventory space left. And at this point I actually had to make up my mind. Because this zombie was still there. But I was lucky enough and I could decapitate it. So I decided to drop the keys. It took a little while to think, because I was afraid of that 4 shotgun shells would not be enough. So I decided to take the shells, reload the shotgun and then drop the shells as well. So now we had space to get the crest upstairs. And here we go. So first we take the lure of a bee. Leave the switch alone for now. We get the hook. Combine the two. Take the specimen. Place the lure. And place the specimen. And now we can press the switch. And there we go, we have a crest, but I really love how Chris just throws it to the ground, but for some reason he doesn't stomp on it to make sure it's not going to attack. Maybe it's just me, but whatever. Now here comes the part where I had to decide or actually how I wanted to do things, because I knew that the doorknob was about to fall apart, right? So, here it comes. I came back. for the armor key. Took some deep breaths because I knew what was coming. All because I was careless. So I actually had to go back to the first floor. And I actually did not want to use that route or that corridor again because I knew that that one corridor would be swarmed by zombies if I set foot there ever again. But sooner or later I actually would have to done that because I still needed to go to the gallery and I still needed to use the outdoor section which actually leads to the path of the guardhouse. So this corridor is fine, yep. Everything is jolly and whatnot. Oh, but this one. And I totally forgot about this one. And I just wanted to get out of there. So actually that's what I did. I still had to sacrifice one of my daggers though. So I was a little bit pissed about that. But here we go. So I used the key. I decapped this guy, luckily, and I could decapitate this one as well. Whew. It was intense, wasn't it? So now I had to go back for the smoke key. And truth be told, having 6 inventory slots was a pain. I had exactly 4 shotgun shells, so I decided to reload it just in case, and then finally I got the out key and we could go to the gallery. So we have not a painting, but kind of like a glass thingy of Lisa here, and we will need to match her colors. So we needed orange, green and purple. And there we go. So we got the color of her bracelet, crown, and necklace. And yes, the mask is there, but guess what? We are inventory jammed. Alright. At this point, I started to feel so stressed that I just pressed the wrong key or button, actually, because I played this with a controller this time. Then I cursed and ran back for the mask. Okay, Pastorina. I'm happy you made your mind up. Yeah, you already picked up those shells. Okay, so we are going to place the masks and it will actually initiate a Crimson Head fight. This is an elder Crimson Head. I think normally they take like 4 shotgun shots. And you will see how I actually try to go for the shells first. But of course, we got the cutscene instead. And I am going to be completely honest, this was the best Elder Crimson Head fight in my whole damn life. I even had to use a flash grenade. But at this point I started to think a little bit and I was like, okay, this is perfect because it means I have to heal so I can actually show you one more cutscene. Then I decided to take the blue gemstone because we are going to use it pretty damn soon, since we are going that way already. Yes, that guy is a Crimson Head now. But, you know, let sleeping dogs sleep. So I usually let that guy alone because he always misses me. I don't need his hugs. So here, if you use the blue jewel or gem with Chris, you get some shotgun shells. And this one almost got me. So yes, we're heading back to Rebecca and Richard, and here's your cutscene.
Are you okay? Want me to treat your wounds?
Yeah, would you? Thanks.
Somebody sure knows how to get a deal. Most of the medical supplies here are from Umbrella.
Umbrella?
Don't you know? They're only the biggest taxpayers around here. They make most of these medicines right here. Homegrown in Raccoon City. But there's not much left, so take care of yourself.
So we were good to go. However, if you are familiar with the original game, you might have noticed that this conversation between Rebecca and Chris happened in the guardhouse, in the little room in which Rebecca made the V-jolt. So, I did not want to use the same corridor since it's full of zombies at this point, right? So this is why I came back this way through the gallery. And actually now we are going to go to another section that was not in the original game. So here I panicked a little bit and I thought that my auto-aim was working, or at least that the dog was much closer, and I wasted a shotgun shell. So the red weather crane needs to point to west, actually. Thank you, Pastrina.
One, respond.
Wesker?
Monster chains. Tree. Not exist. Wave. Woods outside the mansion.
And the blue one needs to point to the north. I shot the crows on the tombstones, and then immediately when I saw the rest of the crows moving, I aimed up and shot them. Now this is where we need to use the wind crest to get the rest of them. The sun, the star and the moon. However, unlike in the original, they have some indents or something like that on their backs, and once we inserted all three of them, we will get a very powerful weapon. Sorry, it's not indents, it's projecting lines. Da 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 da. We got the magnum. I equipped it because I thought that I would give Lisa some shots in the cabin. Speak of the devil. And then I was like, nah, I don't really want to hurt her. So at this point I decided that I would hurt Lisa only if it was absolutely necessary. Let it be here in the cabin or underground. I think she has already suffered enough. So here we go. We have the crank. Lisa's home. And this is the attack that we cannot avoid. So I actually have a theory here. I think at this point Lisa thought that Chris is out cold, dead, and she was ready to rip his face off. But Chris is a tough cookie, so he made it. Ow. But it was worth it. She has already suffered enough, so I decided to go. She's not coming after us, so we're good. But I decided to take an herb there. Wrong way. Great sense of direction, past Rina. So now we are going to head back to the little shack, exactly where we came from, and then we will go to the guardhouse. So I struggled a little bit with the precision, but in the end I managed to get the shotgun shells. And I was a little bit careless here.
This is Brad. Come in, Stars Alpha Team. Come in. Does anybody hear me?
This is Chris.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Respond. I repeat, this is
Brad, this is Chris. Brad? Damn. Thing's broken.
I thought it would be easier if I saw the dogs, but there were like 3 of them. So again, first of all, I had to sacrifice a dagger, and then I got bit. But Chris is a tough cookie, so actually no real damage was done, or actually there was, but our head did not drop. So the snakes are going to spawn only on our way back. I disturbed the crows. But I made it this time. With jail, I messed it up big time. Okay, but here we do have the snakes. Instead of the dogs, we have the snakes. We have dogs in the original game. So just run, run, run. And actually, the first thing I'm going to do in the guardhouse is to save. So, guys, I hope you had more fun in this section of the game as I did. If you liked it, please consider giving it a good old thumbs up, and if you still haven't, please whack that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, it means a lot to me, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Take care, cheers, bye.